Hey, are you a first-time home buyer? Don't make these same mistakes that some people do when they start the buying process. Some buyers will actually think that going out and looking at homes is like step one. So they skip the pre-approval process. Don't do that. Make sure your step one is getting pre-approved. It's going to help you have leverage and confidence when going in to make an offer, and it just makes the process smoother for everybody when we have that pre-approval. A lot of first-time home buyers also tend to underestimate costs. So they go in, maybe they've even taken the time to come up with somewhat of an idea on what that mortgage payment's going to be, and they know that number. But they don't look into the closing cost fees, title doc fees, your taxes, your insurance. Those all escrowed in can add hundreds of dollars to a mortgage payment, on top of several thousand to your loan. So make sure you know the true cost of getting a mortgage and buying a home before you do it. Also, a lot of first-time home buyers can tend to overstretch the budget. This is where we go in and we get pre-approval, but you let that bank tell you how much to borrow. And then that payment is as big as they're going to allow you to borrow, but it has nothing to do with how much you have room in your budget financially to support the mortgage payment. And definitely don't do this one. We talked about this in one of my earlier videos, and it still happens. Do not skip your home inspection. It's incredibly important to spend that few $100s and get a good home inspection. It could save you thousands or just save you from buying the wrong house. Don't ignore your credit. Make sure you know your debt and pay attention to your credit. If you don't know what your credit is, you need to go look it up. There's lots of websites out there that can help you see your credit and help you build credit. So you want to make sure you know your credit score, your debts, and things like that are going to pull away from your ability to get finance with a great interest rate and for a fair payment. Make sure you research the neighborhood. This was something I got shocked about when I first started in real estate, was pricing a home that if I had taken that same home to another neighborhood, I would have priced it for $50,000 less. And so when I had seen it hit the market and it was priced as high as it was, I was like, that seems awful high for that home. And it was for that home in another neighborhood, but in that neighborhood, it was priced right and it sold fast. So make sure you do some research on the people in the neighborhood, what the neighborhood's like. Ask around the community before you jump into a neighborhood. And then make sure you're paying attention to resale value. Those two kind of go hand in hand because your neighborhood's going to matter, and that's going to help pricing on the home when you go to sell it later on down the road. So make sure you have an idea on that. And don't let your emotions rule. A lot of times we get first-time home buyers, maybe they've been renting or live with their parents and stuff. They're excited, so they get shiny object syndrome, and then they end up buying the home. And then they go back and go through all these other steps, and then it ends up realizing that they probably shouldn't have moved so quickly, but they let their excitement make the decision instead of logic and really assessing the true value of the home through its cost, its neighborhood, its resale value, and everything else about that home that's going to make sure you can resell it in the future. And make sure you ask questions. There is nothing wrong with asking questions. We all like to pretend expert, have all the answers, and we don't want to ask too many questions because we don't want to seem like we don't know what we're doing. Just ask questions. A good realtor that you're working with is going to walk alongside you like a partner through the whole journey and would love nothing more than for you to ask them questions so that they can make sure that the veil's removed. It doesn't feel like a haunted house to you as they walk you through each step of the process so you're comfortable buying that first home. And lastly, don't rush the process. I'm guilty of doing this myself. I'm not always the most patient person, but let the process just start to finish, let it go one step at a time. Because if it's meant to be and it's your house and you're going to end up getting it, it'll work out. If it's not, then it won't, but there will be a reason for it. But don't rush the process, trust the process. So when you go out to start buying your first new home, make sure you consider these steps, avoid these mistakes that some other first-time home buyers are making so that you can go into that home, it's right for you, and you can enjoy it fully.